What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, and for some of you, welcome to the channel for the first time. I first of all want to thank everyone that subscribed to my channel recently. I know my video on the top 10 chess countries really just blew up out of nowhere. It's got something like 5,000 views in the past 2 days, something insane. So I'm glad that you all enjoyed the video, and what I want to do today is sort of reflect on my progress in chess over the past year. I actually launched my channel just slightly over a year ago. Around June 1st of last year was when I posted my first video. So it's been a year, and in that time, I've been working a lot on my game, obviously posting some other videos as well, but I want this to mainly be kind of a chess and a sort of a lifestyle improvement channel. So chess is a big part of it, and what I'm going to do is sort of look through my progress and explain kind of how I've made these pretty substantial gains, and maybe how you can sort of do the same. So without further ado, here is my chess.com account, chess_gainz. I actually changed it to this around the time that I launched my channel, and we can sort of break down the categories. So first of all, rapid, right? So rapid, I started grinding, playing 15 plus 10 minute games practically every day around the middle of May 2020, and my rating was only about 1850 at the time. Like, start of June was already 1900 something, but it was tough. I mean, I had a hard time even just maintaining 1900. I mean, at that time, 10-0 was still considered blitz, so 15-10 was what everyone played when it came to rapid. And yeah, it was tough. I would play games, go over them, make mistakes. Obviously, I was coming sort of back into serious chess, so my opening repertoire was all over the place. I was playing everything, just kind of experimenting with things. And so I eventually made a pretty good gains, and I sort of came back down, and eventually I finally broke 2000 around October. But at this point, chess.com made a 10 minute 0 seconds increment. They switched that from blitz to rapid. And that kind of messed everything up, because at the time I had a series called Road to Rapid Top 1000. Some of you may have watched the videos of it. I would basically play rapid games and review them, and my goal was to get to the top 1000 leaderboard, which at that time I would have needed a rating of about 2100 rapid. So I was hoping to get there at some point. But when they made 10-0 rapid, it completely shifted the dynamic. The pool got super inflated, and it was just no sense of continuing that series at that point. So I kind of stopped making those videos. And as you can see here, I shot up from 2000 to 2200, almost 2300, because I actually played in the US Championship online qualifier. They had sort of this rapid event. I believe it was 12 or 13 rounds. And when I signed up for that, they actually changed my rapid rating to reflect my blitz rating, because my blitz rating was much higher, and they kind of did that for everyone. So that's why my rating just went through the roof, but then gradually it's kind of evened out. And I played a little bit of 10-0 recently, so I got it up to 2200. But yeah, that's pretty much my rapid progress. It's kind of hard to judge off that, but I mean, I was at around 1900, and I'm well over 2000 now, so that's pretty good gains. But where we really see the gains, I think, is in blitz. So blitz, you can debate whether it's a real estimate of chess strength. It's obviously very fast time control. It's a time control that I enjoy, that I've played a lot throughout the years, which is why I'm good at it. And around this time last year, I was about 2100. As you can see, I even dropped at the very low levels of 2100, even less than a year ago. And now I'm at 2400. My peak is actually 2433, so which I hit, I believe, today. So yeah, pretty crazy gains there. But it's not just about playing constant blitz. I think moderation is very important when it comes to blitz, especially because it's very easy to tilt when you play a lot, and then the results start to not go your way. So what I found is it's good to have a balance, maybe 5-10 games a day tops. Now, recently I have not been following that, because I got back from a tournament, which I will be making some review videos for. Not exactly sure what format to do that in, and I might need your guys' feedback. Should I kind of try to cover a little bit of every game? Should I just focus on a few of the most important ones? I'm not exactly sure how to do that yet. But basically, leading up to the tournament, I hit 2,400 Blitz on both chess.com and Lichess, so I told myself, okay, I'm going to stop playing Blitz now. It's taking a lot of time away from the actual preparation I want to do for the tournament, so I didn't play Blitz for like maybe 10 days leading up. And so now that I'm back from the tournament, I'm basically doing the equivalent of what basically like bodybuilders when they prepare for a show. They're on a very strict diet, of course, and they eventually will just cut out all their carbs. And then when their show is over, then they go and pig out and eat a bunch of food. So that's basically what I'm doing, except with Blitz. I played just an inordinate amount of Blitz today, just way too many games. I'm going to dial it down very soon, especially since I have to actually go over my tournament games, figure out what mistakes I made, and see what I can learn from them in preparation for my next tournament, which I'll be announcing soon. But anyway, Blitz made a pretty good amount of progress. I play these games, and I always make sure to analyze them. And I'm probably going to make a separate video on sort of how I do that, how to analyze Blitz games, because you don't do it in the same way that you do a rapid or a classical game, because, it's just Blitz. Realistically, you're not going to learn as much as you would from a longer time control game, but I have learned quite a few things from my Blitz games, and that's why my rating has gone up so much. So yeah, Bullet we're not really going to touch. I played it a little bit here and there. I hit 2,400. I have no plans of playing it again for a while. Bullet is not very productive. Blitz, you can argue it's somewhat productive. Bullet, I don't see how you can make an argument for it being productive for your chess. I think if anything, it's just destructive. So try to limit it or just stay away from it altogether. Daily is actually an interesting thing. I started playing daily not even half a year ago. I just started to play these games, some matches with my state chess team, and I've gone up, but it's not really that great of a measure of progress because I was extremely underrated to begin with. But yeah, let's look at Lichess quickly. So Lichess is interesting because also my Blitz rating was about 2,100 this time last year, and it was kind of flat, and then started to break into the 2,200s, came back down, then I broke into 23, came back down, and then I've had kind of my recent, pretty good form where I'm actually at over 2,400 right now. And yeah, who knows? Maybe I can try to make a push and hit 2,500 soon, but that's not really my goal. My goal is just to get better at real classical chess, especially since tournaments are starting back up. So, Blitz, I think more than anything is just a reflection of kind of your intuition and your natural ability, and how much it actually translates to classical strength is a little bit hard to judge. But speaking of classical strength, so I can show you actually also my USCF profile. So my last over-the-board tournament before the pandemic was in February of 2020. It was the World Amateur Team, a team event. Had an okay tournament. I scored 3 out of 4 as an alternate. So I went up to 1,900 flat. And then I didn't play for a while, up until July when I started playing in some online tournaments. And so my rating gradually went up, hit around 1,950. And then I had some good tournaments that I made video reviews of, and I broke 2,000 in February. And then that was basically the end of my online playing, but I actually just had an over-the-board tournament recently, and I'll reveal what my rating progress was like from that one soon. But yeah, classical is just some gradual increases. And yeah, I think that's just about it. Also, I could add puzzles. I hit 3,000 recently on chess.com. Let's see the full stat breakdown on that one. If we look at a year, this is where just solely looking at the numbers, I've made the biggest gains. But when you can do a lot of puzzles, and the more you get right, the more you're going to gain. So, I was at maybe 2,500, and I recently hit 3,000. But puzzles, people will argue about their puzzle ratings. It's not really a rating. Rating is when you play other people and you can win or lose. Puzzles are just a score. that's all it is really. I mean, 3,000, 4,000, what does it really matter? I mean, if you can incorporate that into your game and really spot those patterns and, you know, recreate that calculation in a game scenario, then, you know, that's the ultimate goal. But the numbers aren't that important. So yeah, I think, you know, across the board online ratings, I've gained about 300 points in Blitz and Rapid, so that's pretty good. And I think just really the biggest thing is just analyzing your games. That'll kind of help you to identify what you're doing wrong, areas you need to work on. I also sort of kept a log for my Rapid and Classical games that I'll probably show in a future video, sort of like the openings I was playing, what kind of mistakes I was making, things like that, just for me to kind of be able to go back later and see, okay, what was I doing wrong? Do I need to work on this area or that area? Maybe this opening is not so good for me. I should try a different one, or I need to keep playing this opening because I have some good success in it. So, you know, it's all about sort of constantly trying to improve and being conscious of the mistakes you're making and also the things you're doing well and trying to keep them up. So, yeah, that was just kind of a little insight into my progress over the past year. I'm going to be delving a little bit deeper into some of these topics, and especially maybe for you more beginning players who don't have as much experience with like training methods and stuff. I will be making a video on that because it definitely varies depending on what your level is. You know, a 1500 is going to train different to a 2000, is going to train different to a 2500. So, yeah, that's about it for this video. And I wish you guys all to make some chess gains yourselves.